So, roll out. Where were we? Okay. So yeah. Tracer plus Kiri this way. Sojourn. This is a good position for Sojourn. Winston, try not to take as much poke as possible and just play this corner. And then Bacon can play this section here, essentially. And be an easy TP target for Kiri. And just like mark their team's walk, essentially. Alright, what were you in the middle of saying, Chief? If you remember. Chief? Hello?
Oh.
Is Chief here?
Yes, I am.
Okay, welcome back. What were you in the middle of saying before I wanted to record everything?
Yeah, no. So, like, the reason why I think that might be better is that, first of all, I don't think stacking, like, the angle with the Soj is worth much. I also think that, like, if the idea is for us to not take any damage before we actually dive, right, then really what's the need? And last but not least, if they actually go main and push me out, right, Kiri will never save my life, right? If it's a Lucio Ram, I die every time because wherever I slide, I get chased, and at some point, Felicity's gonna have to get out. And when he gets out, like, I'm dead, pretty much, right? If Lucio continues to speed at me with, like, the Ram.
Yeah.
So I need my Lucio with me, right? So I think if my Lucio's with me, then we can definitely afford to center Kiri on the left side lane with the Tracer to try to put pressure down. That way, when we actually, when we actually dive, right? Let's just say we dive on top of the top left high ground, little ledge, right? Our Kiri as line of sight right away. She doesn't have to swing main or like get this weird angle or TP there. She can just still play that left side, right? And just heal as well.
Like that, essentially, right?
And there's also the fact that if they actually start pressuring left side, right, because our Kiri's there, right, all we want to kill the Kiri, our Kiri's just free to turn back and TP main where the Soj is, right?
Yeah.
That's a free TP, and our Tracer can just leave the angle too.
And it is a free TP to our Lucio, which is what we want to do.
Yeah.
So. Oops. Yeah. So I like that. I like that a lot. I think that would be very beneficial and helps us set up the angles that we want to set up. All right, so let's see what happens. Because I want to see like how we engage and how we kite. How they engage. Okay. So we just let them walk freely this way. Which, I mean, we don't care about that much. That's okay. But we're now using it as our dive target. And it's giving us less opportune map control because they now control essentially this, and by proxy this with the Tracer. Well, we control this. So it's a little even, but they have a slight advantage. So what we are doing is I think for a soft dive, I think if our Winston's here, I think it's much better to soft dive this corner and kind of create an artificial pinch where we don't have to place bubble right away if we don't want to. We have this natural cover here. We can peek around corner. they have to walk through our Winston to get the space they want. And it creates a pinch with our Tracer, Curie, and Crossfire angle from our Soch. And our Lucio can come with these, or can play this with our Winston, or can mark the Tracer, which is the other option. Just play here and mark the Tracer. And then we have the Soch off angle. So that's a fine dive target for soft dive. But we need to have a pinch angle. And because we don't, I think we're just gonna have disadvantage this whole fight. Yep. Let's look at this. Now they own this. Our Winston's half health. We have a 3 stack right here. This is all the map control we have compared to them, right?
And just looking at it, right, like even just the fight before, like we're taking a close fight, right? A fight in closed space in a single lane, the way where we dove, right, against a brawl team.
Right. This is just disadvantageous in many respects. And actually, if we were to keep our angles, this guy's a sitting duck, right? Essentially, like if we're just baiting one person on our team here for the ramp to walk on, then the rest of us can just go on this guy and he dies. Or at least they have to expend all of their resources and the ram is isolated and we can collapse back on that.
We don't give that space main. We kind of just gave up our widest angle right now.
Well, the problem is that the angle was useless.
How?
To go back to like the actual dive.
You're putting pressure on their main, so instead they just walked out when you left it.
Okay,
Look
but
right here.
I'm
just saying
I'm
that
not
to work
shooting
around
anything.
your girl. Look, no, just keep playing. Just keep playing.
Tell me when to pause.
Like, instead of swinging left, Chief, I think you stay main.
Yeah, I agree.
Just keep going. Just keep going. Like, more specifically, like right here. Like, this is a fine. See, and then you come left with all. Now we lose control of that angle there.
Yeah.
And now Pig Boy, Zest, possibly their tank have no pressure now, and they just walk onto your girl.
Yeah, I think.
Who is questionable, but.
Yeah, I think if you want to play a corner of this, because you're gonna have to play a corner because of this guy. This corner has the better angle advantage on this. And then you can hard peek this, hard jiggle peek that. Gives you essentially this sightline. Now, I think we also, these two push too far up as well.
I think either or, it's a good angle for both me and Felicity, but I think at least one of us plays open space with Chief as well.
Yeah, I think honestly, this is okay for Curie if we have our Chief here and we have you here. Because...
Do you mean, is that in point, what you're marking? Or
no,
corner.
Just playing like this right here, essentially, just kind of
in
like
point.
No, so like
okay.
Just like on this ridge from outside.
I agree.
Peeking over, peeking inside, peeking outside, right?
I think, and this is just what I saw from what was going on. I just saw their tank pushing your girl, so I wanted to boop their tank away, but
yeah, I think that's the same idea that Felicity had. Draw pressure away, right?
I don't actually think so. I think you just went there because the girl was probably too far in the left side.
Yes.
Right.
So you had
Dear
bad
girl was
angle
here.
main.
Right. Dear
So you
girl
had
was
to.
here first. Right.
Yeah,
Forgot
yeah,
about
you had to rotate left side to actually heal
that.
without having to TP.
Yeah, which is the second part. Which is the second part where, if we dive this corner to deny their space control, as Winston, then this guy isn't able to do this. He's forced to go back this way. And they're kind of forced to play in this small arc, while we have, this, and given our chief here, we have sight lines on this as well. So we essentially establish full map control, except for marking this tracer, which she's now forced to go this way, which our Lucio, who's playing here, can easily cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's keep going in to see how we kite this. Okay. So this is initial kite from. So we essentially did this to this. Wait, that was this. While our core did this.
As a result of trying to help your girl, I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would blame any of us.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's a little more complicated than that, but I won't disagree that it's because of that. I think hard diving in here is just the wrong spot to take when we can take this. Or even this, which is still suboptimal to this one, but is still an option.
I just thought about something.
What?
So, if the idea, right, is to just send, start point, right? Because obviously you can't take that brawl space from the brawl, right? We're just gonna lose it. Do we really need to send our tracer on the left to begin with?
That was gonna be my other thing. I'm not sure that we need to do that.
Because I'm thinking if we just rotate our tracer full right side instead, we can just take full control of the point from each size, right?
We can either, honestly, we can set our tracer up right here for pin single on their core if we want, or if we scout their tracer going main, then we have this.
Okay, it kind of depends, doesn't it? Because it depends on what we actually want to do. Because that tracer going left has merit if we're looking to get them in that where pretty much the ram is, right? In that angle, that area, right? If that's the idea. But if we're just looking to just get a dive or just sheer map control at first, then we can definitely just wrap all the way around. They can't really do much about it. They can send, I guess, the tracer left side. The tracer has full, their tracer has full left side control. So she's free to wrap around their backline, I guess. Would be the main thing.
Yeah.
But then if they're down their tracer, then we're pretty much taking a 5v, 5v4.
So basically where we put our tracer affects where we put our Lucio.
Because I'm thinking, right?
If we're having our tracer on this side, then we can have our Lucio play up here, right? And be more aggro and mark their tank. If we have our tracer on this side, or on this side, this side, this side, one of those, then our Lucio needs to play more back here to mark the tracer flank. Essentially.
I mean, I don't necessarily think we need to necessarily mark it as long as we can,
As
because
long as we keep an eye on it.
exactly, right? And the idea of sending our tracer on the right instead, right, towards the coast side, would be that they wouldn't even be able to touch near the point, right? That lane would pretty much be dead because then we're just wrapping around them.
This lane? Yeah. I mean,
Not that way, like the opposite way, right? Like, let's just say I'm set up where I am right now, right? My tracer is on the opposite. So I just did that corner, right? That where stairs are.
this?
Not that way. The other one. Where I am right now.
Oh,
With my supports.
this one.
Not this one, the other one. Right next to it. Lower ground one. No, you're still
There's
missing
too
one.
many stairs. This one?
There we go.
Okay.
If I'm there and my tracer's on the other side of that, right?
Okay, blue is gonna be tracing here.
No, not that way. So obviously tracer in a perfect world, right?
Oh, this one?
Or yeah, exactly. Yep. If tracer's there, how do they even walk anywhere without us being able to just dive them like their back line for free?
Well, they can, as a team, they can brawl out Tracer, if they want to.
Yeah.
Um,
But when that exposes their back line,
yes.
yeah, and then at that point we can, if I'm there on the other angle, right? I just fucking eat their back line up for dinner.
I still think you get more value from being here.
Probably.
You have an easier angle on their drop through here.
Okay, well, I've a better angle on the initial drop, not afterwards, right? Because it's still a hallway, so there's a bit more space that I can catch them on.
Yeah.
And if I'm that longer angle, I pretty much have the initial drop, and afterwards I can see them past like the corner thing.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that's why our Kiri's playing here, right?
Oh, sure, yeah. If we're curious playing it, yeah.
Yeah, you're playing here, our Kiri's here, right? If our Tracer is here, right? That's what we're saying.
Mhm.
Our Tracer's playing this. She's forced this way and can peek this, right? Or is forced out fully, depending on how fully they, like how much we're able to force cooldowns, how early we're able to hit. But let's say we hit them early. You're able to charge a rail and hit one of their supports from here, right?
Yeah.
To force a cooldown, they can't full force our Tracer. Our Tracer plays this. Which means our Kiri. Well, I mean, which means that our Lucio. Well, first off, it means that their team is now like this. Our Kiri should. Okay, that's what it is. Their Ram has to choose whether to mark our Kiri or to mark you. Essentially.
Mind you, this
Kiri
might still
or
be
your,
bad.
or your Tracer.
Yeah, like this might still be bad, but it's still an idea, right? That we can at least think on.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a good option. Like we can choose. But
Like,
I want to go back to our kiting.
Yeah.
So like I said, we did this as our kite for monkey. While our core is pushed up like this. So if we're here right now and our core is here, the best kite, while not giving them map control, because at this point they are here, right? Is to essentially just let's see, if we just kite to this and swing to here, right? We just kind of play our default and then have our Lucio Tracer play more aggressively here.
Wait, did our Suzu it?
Did it hit the
The
Winston?
monkey. Yeah, or did the monkey jump at like the same time we Suzu it and just because of that it missed? There's still the effect.
No.
Oh.
That's just unfortunate.
Well,
But once again, it's just about like how we're kiting. Like honestly, if our team is peeking this far up for healing this, best jump is here. Or rather here. And then our supports just play this. Do we give up all of our space? Yes. But we at least aren't splitting our attention.
Could just jump high, honestly. Where Tracer is, just jump,
Here?
just stable that angle.
Okay.
It's like not good, but it's better than going mid.
I mean, then you would be able to TP to him, TP the monkey, right?
Yeah, and you can
Yeah,
just
and
get
then
off
be
from the
safe.
left
We'd be
area.
able to
Yeah.
flip map,
Be safe.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a terrible place for us to be, but like at least I can stick main, right? With my Lucio and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, we can
Yeah,
we can flip map on them. That's also an option. But I've noticed that we've had a tendency to essentially do the same play on every map that we play, where we go in deep, back up, kite, our supports, like our core pushes up to have an angle on our kite, we jump out, we have to give up all of our map control. And it's a problem. So if we can figure out how, if we can just not do that, I think it would make our lives a lot easier. And I think it comes down to how we're initially pincing on our dive and understanding what soft kite angles we can go to. So we're playing this, playing this, playing this, playing this, and playing this, right? Means that we can kite to essentially here. Probably Lucio goes with. Winston goes here. Tracer just plays like this, and then Kiri goes here. Honestly, our Soj doesn't even have to back up at that point.
I'm going to bed. Good night, y'all.
Alright, good night, Bacon. Have a nice night.
Night.
Good night. Sleep well.
Hey, goodbye.
Bye. 6 p.m. rest. Go.
But let's look at the rest of the fight and see what actually happens.
Wait, can you back?
This was just what we've already looked at.
Yeah, I know. I kind of missed something just looking at it. Did we take bulk here?
No. You took a tiny bit, but
Fighting.
the
Oh,
only
well, yeah.
focus was the Tracer.
Yeah, well, our armor is almost gone already.
Yeah. But that once again just comes down to playing this corner instead of this open space. Because this corner, like if our Kiriko's starting here, we have easy heal angle. It's harder for the Tracer to pressure this. Gives our team time to take this while they're pushing it.
we all survive.
Yeah. Yes, we all survive, which is good. We're essentially forced into this, which I think you're going to have to come back here as well, unless
More
we're
than
able to
like-
push up, right?
I think I come back. I think I probably slide on my monkey and try to fight the tracer. I think. If I remember
Yeah, you probably try sliding up here, but end up here instead. From what I remember. Well, meanwhile,
I don't even.
their team has taken all of this. But let's keep going. See what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even try to take high ground because the tracer went up there.
The objective is now active.
But yeah, so essentially, we're now playing all of this. I want to go back a tiny bit to see our initial kite from this position. Okay. Yeah. So if you're gonna make this jump back on Winston, it's better to play this. Just because here also LOSs you from our supports. In addition to having our team have to go back far. If we have our Winston kite to this angle, then our Soj can slide here. Kiri can TP either to here or to here. And our Lucio can either play to mark this and leave, or it can just also kite to either side. Or it can join our tracer. Either one. But in this position, we now have no frontline pressure. Or even the idea of frontline pressure. We have no way to quick heal. And so we all have to go here.
The objective is now
Alright, well,
active.
unfortunately, I have to head out. But GG's everyone, and I'll watch the recording afterwards.
Okay. Sounds
GGs.
good. GGs.
GG's, bye bye.
Have a great rest of your night.
Alright, thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Welcome back. So then, next portion, re-engage. This is okay. I think this is better. But understand Ram's scary. So playing a little bit back of that is okay. I think it's better to have our tracer go with you right side and try to get the full wrap than going left side. But left side's okay still. Kiri can play here. Chief can play here for now or can wrap to here. Bacon plays here, essentially. I think that would be best. Okay. What do you think of this dive, dear girl?
I think that I just have no options. And this is the best one.
You do have options. I understand you're thinking that. But if we have our tracer on this angle already, we have our chief right here, and our Kiri is going this way, right?
Hello.
I'm playing this.
Good morning, Bordy.
Welcome, Bordy.
Good morning.
I think a better dive angle for you
Oh,
is to go right here and play this, essentially, just around this corner. We essentially dive the Lucio, force the Lucio to go this way and play with BAP, or to go this way and play with Tracer, which means we then have easy collapse on these three if the Lucio goes to the Tracer.
That just does not work.
Why not?
Because no matter who I jump on, I am getting instant traded.
So it all comes down to Kiri angle. Right here, you're LOSing your Kiriko.
Their burst is way too high for anything like any amount of help that I can get. I think. Cass is the only person I can dive here who we can actually get a kill on.
I don't think we have to kill somebody right away, though. Not every dive is a kill dive.
I just can't do anything else.
Well, I'm saying you can.
Another option would be call to force frontline, because just to get space off of Ram.
Yeah.
Because he is in our front line, so we could just all four fight him and then jump, pretend to fight him. They've use maybe he maybe shifts or whatever, and we just run away, or they lamp and then we jump something else.
Yeah, essentially, you have our Winston play this.
While
Tracer
we're
goes
waiting
from
for
this
that,
side.
I am taking poke the entire time, and then by the time their cooldown is forced out, I'm 300 HP and I have to jump out because their tracer's shooting me, and either their ram is shooting me or their tracer's shooting me. And then by the time we're set back up, they have all the map space and all their cooldowns back that we just forced.
Would it be possible to just sit corner? Oh, he's actually trolling.
No. Look at
No?
the tracer. I'm just getting shot in the back by that guy for 200 damage every clip. While I wait for us to force ram shift or BAP or roll or whatever.
So do you think it's better if we send our Tracer this way and marker?
Bale said he hates doing that. He would just rather look for 3-2-1s on their backline constantly and just trade. Because I agree with him, because our backline is better at not getting traded, obviously.
So then we have our Lucio sit here and mark the Tracer, which lets you sit here. And lets our Kiriko and our Tracer.
I'll be honest with you.
Winston.
This is my opinion. I don't agree with that. I hate that line of thinking because it forces me to use cooldowns on somebody. Unless it's super clean, we getting it out, I have to use cooldowns every single time.
Hello.
When we
Yeah.
Wow, you are still looking at this exact freeze frame.
Welcome back.
Maybe it could work I think if we're set up, it's fine. If we're completely set up for it, but every fight, we can try other ideas. I don't disagree with it. I just am adamant about not doing it every fight. That's I think my opinion.
Which part? The
What? The trading backlines every fight.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you on that. And I think another way of looking at it is if we dive this corner, we can flip map. Curie TP is here.
Yeah,
Lucio
like
Tracer go here.
maybe let me rephrase
here.
it. Trade backlines with a plan. There we go. I'll agree to it then.
Okay, if I jump this Lucio,
Yeah.
I'm getting booped. And I'm going to end up in the middle of point, and then I get my Bubble Forest, and I do 50 damage to him. And he probably doesn't even have to leave, because his BAP is just healing him. I genuinely think my jump is the best that could possibly happen from this situation. And we do kill cast. And I mean, I go in half HP, but like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? There is just a ram sitting in the corner perma-shooting me, and there's a tracer behind me perma-shooting me. And then I just have to either get out and give every single angle and every bit of space, or I have to go and kill Kree. So,
Well, I think if we are doing this, if we're playing for this kill, we need to flip map and control the space so that you don't die. Otherwise, you will die every time.
sounds pretty cool.
Because our supports are here.
Are you still recording?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If that's the case, if we do stuff like that and we're against this comp, we have to dive that character, flip map, and then immediately speed away. Because what they're gonna do, their plan to like counter what we just did is to just run at us full force.
Yes.
Yes.
So we just have to bait them into the space that we're kiting to with amp speed.
Yeah. We essentially dive, flip map, and then preferably swing this way, or we can swing this way. Immediately. But yeah, flip map, go this way, and then play for this stuff. Let's see what happens.
I do notice, Felicity, that you sometimes really hate TPing in with a dive, like ever. I get that it
Well-
sucks and it's dangerous.
I think against this comp, I really would prefer never to do it because the moment they see it, they press speed and shift on ram. If we're like divey dive, then I do. There's sometimes I don't flip, but
Yeah, I think
maybe
in this situation, if we're diving this target, you need to move in some capacity. To be closer. Because, like, I understand wanting this shoot angle, but we need this heal angle, and Chief is the one that should be on this shoot angle.
okay. Yeah, that's definitely fine.
And also, if Chief and
Yeah.
potentially plus Bacon are sitting here, you have easy TP if they use those cooldowns that you're talking about. Or if we're fully flipping map, then we're fully flipping map. But either way, you need to start here, so we'll start by going in this direction if we are diving like this. I think having an idea of like what angle, like if I think I've noticed we tend to consistently have our Winston dive from right angle on our dive target, which I like. That's good consistency. If we're doing that, then that means that our core needs to walk left angle. So that if we're diving a target here, we know our Winston's going here, our core is going here. If we're diving a target or space here, Winston's going here, core is going here, right? Etc. Etc. Looks fine. Setup. This is mostly fine.
Mm.
I think the setup is mostly fine. I think once again, having a clear decision on what angle is best for Veil on each given engage is good. If we know their backline sitting here, Veil needs to go this way. If the backline sitting here, this is good. So that just needs to be calmed and communicated. I think it behooves us to have Bacon play with Chief, but this is okay. Where?
Hello, I think.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay, what are each of your thoughts on this?
I got forced out, so I jumped. And then I got scared, so I put bubble down.
I just want to pay attention to. Just want to see what your armor is at when you jump. Okay. So they use arms. They use Molly. They use slow, right? I think if we force those 3 cooldowns and you're still at half health, right? I think our 2 options are to use Suzu in response to those 3 or to jump and flip map. Jump TP. Now, if we are, if our Kiri is back here, is this close enough for a TP target? Felicity, do you know?
What's up? Say again.
Is this close enough for a TP target if you're playing here?
It's definitely close.
Okay. So, just like, if we're making this far of a dive from your Kiriko, and we're doing it because of health, then we need to have the call to flip map. Otherwise, it's just making it so that you never get heals again. Because otherwise it's just better to stay here, get Suzu'd, let these two push in to disrupt their backline.
Can you not just like see that you can flip map here though? Like, I feel like they definitely should have gone on either Felicity or Chief after I jump. But like,
They do. They're going chief.
okay.
Oh. They should at least. Oh no, they just run at you.
Yeah. Essentially, they're like, oh, low health target with no heal support. We'll just run on that.
I think you can definitely TP me.
Perhaps. Yeah, perhaps. I could. I don't know, like, what the result would be. Couldn't tell you.
It would be us
Also-
sustaining longer and then more time for my Trace or Lucio to kill them.
I think this is a little far for TP, honestly. Because this is where Felicity was playing at the time that you jumped, and this is where you landed. I think that's probably too far for TP. I think TP probably maxes out at here from that distance. But either way, if we want to flip map, we need to come to flip map. Because that's the only way that we as a team know what we're doing and know how they're going to want to play against us. Okay. I just don't like this engage angle. I understand why we're doing it because we feel frustrated about this.
Yep.
But it's just very limiting. I don't really have much else to say about it. Because yeah, they essentially just walk on you. There's no option to flip map because you're inside. So yeah. Did you jump in response to the ult or
I don't
to
remember.
go after backline? Okay. I think either way, I think we just lose in this situation. Because we have zero space. I think if we want I think the move is to stay here for a little bit while our team comes out high ground and then jump. That's
I didn't even know you could get that high ground from there, to be quite honest.
I think you have to go like this, right? Good check. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you essentially sit here, Soj goes up here, Kiri climbs up.
I definitely like just die before they do all that.
I don't think so, 'cause
I'm
they're-
seriously just dead.
These people aren't in LOS. This person's not in LOS. It's literally just the rim.
Okay, then I take like 300 damage, and then I'm dead after that.
You take 300 damage, but you also have these heals.
But aren't they supposed to be rotating to high ground at this time?
I can look and rotate.
Yeah. And Lucy can just play this, and then rotate out.
And they're not gonna just walk past me? For what reason?
Because while we're rotating, we're shooting them.
Yeah.
Like my Soj is shooting him.
Lucio's
My
shooting.
that
So's
rim does
shooting.
not give a fuck who is shooting him. He has full HP. He is punches
he
fucking
feeds
brains
in,
out.
we
He has Lucio speed. He
If
does
he
not
feeds
care.
in, we just kill him. But if
Yeah.
he feeds in, it's 4v1.
No, impossible. Impossible. Cannot do.
I
Cannot
swear
kill
to
Ram
God.
and all.
Just trust your
I
team.
swear to God.
Trust your team. If they're doing this, then that can be punished by us playing like this, right? Tracer comes back this way. Lucio plays this way. Our Soj shoots while going up this way. So we have this angle. And our Kiri is healing and shooting as going this way, while going this way, climbing. And then, you know, there's gonna be like maybe a second at most. While you dive, Kiri goes out, and then TPs to you, right? But the Ram will in that moment have to choose between the Lucio and you and Tracer. If these all go with the Ram, then it's an easy flip map. You can just go right away, and our Kiri can TP from right here, right? If they stay back, then you will live long enough for us to get out here and take those angles. Especially because we have beat. We have beat, we have rush, we have OC, we have pulse, we have all of our ults. So you're definitely living in that scenario. Well, let's see what happens anyway. This is still fine. Except for the part where we're split down the middle. Because we now have Pensangles on them. And we're using ults to our advantage. So this is fine. Chief is playing a little too scared, but that's okay. but now they have their own ults. And because we don't have TP, Felicity didn't get beat. I'm pretty sure both of you just die here. I don't remember. And also because we're not pushed up far enough to capitalize on them kiting back to you.
This ends now.
As soon as we TP out, I think the best play is for you to go like this. While Chief walks up, I think Felicity's better TP is to Bacon here.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
I didn't know we were so backed.
Yeah.
This end.
So yeah. This is... Okay, so I just lit up there. Yeah, I don't really want to look at the rest of this, but I think I've gone over everything that I want to go over for this. But yeah, I will post this